Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Our today's topic is fractions. Today we are going to know about what is a fraction, what are the types of fractions, and in types of fractions we are going to have proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, unit fraction, like and unlike fractions, and equivalent fractions. So we are going to discuss all of these types today. Okay, so what is a fraction? The very first question is basically what is a fraction? Now, fraction means a part of a whole. For example, if you're going to have an apple and I want to give a part of that apple to my friend, so what I'll do, I'm going to cut the one apple into two parts. So the one apple is going to be divided into two parts, and the one part I'm going to keep with me and the other one I'm going to give to my friend. Now, fraction is written in the form of numerator upon denominator. So basically, what is numerator? Numerator is number of equal parts taken into consideration for a particular case. So basically, if we are going to discuss the example which I quote of an apple, so in that case, what is going to be the numerator if I want to know about the fraction of that part which I have? Then it is going to be 1. Numerator is going to be 1 because I'm going to keep one part with me. And what is denominator? Basically total number of equal parts of the whole. So how many parts the whole is divided into? The whole apple is divided into two parts. So the fraction is going to be 1 upon 2. So hopefully it is going to be clear to all of you that what is a fraction and how we can write. We are going to write it in numerator over denominator form. Now we are going to learn about the types of fractions. So firstly we are going to discuss about what is a proper fraction. Fractions which have numerator less than the denominator are called proper fractions. For example, it is very proper for a large person to hold up the small person. For example, if we are going to talk about the numbers, see the numerator is smaller than the denominator. It's 3.8, 1.9, 7/11. So these fractions are proper fractions because their numerator is smaller than the denominator. Now let's see about improper fractions. So fractions which have numerator greater than the denominator are called improper fractions. So it is obviously improper for a small person to hold up the large person. For example, in numbers we have 7/5, 9/4, 3/2. In all these examples, numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, now after proper and improper fractions, we are going to discuss mixed fractions. In mixed fractions, these are those fractions which have two parts, a whole number followed by a proper fraction. A whole number is followed by a proper fraction like 1 whole 2.7. In this 1 is the whole part and 2.7 is proper fraction. Why this is proper fraction? Because numerator is smaller than the denominator. In the next example, you can see it's 3 whole 1/5. 3 is the whole part and 1/5 is the proper fraction. In the next example, you can see it's written 5 whole 2.7. 5 is what? 5 is the whole part and 2.7 is the proper fraction. Now, let's see the next type. It's unit fraction. Now, fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. Always when you are going to see a fraction with numerator 1, then it's a unit fraction. Our next type is like fractions. Like its name, like, we are going to see that fractions which have same denominator are called like fractions. You can see all these three fractions, and in these what is common, what is same, the denominator is same. Okay, the next type which we are going to discuss is unlike fractions. Now what are unlike fractions? Fractions which have different denominators are called unlike fractions. Now you can see all the denominators are different, they are not same as we have discussed in the like fractions. So when they are different, then these fractions are unlike fractions. So now the next type is equivalent fractions. Fractions which represent the same portion of whole are called equivalent fractions. Now you can see the four circles. In all four circles, the same portion is shaded, but the whole circle is divided into different parts. You can see it's divided into two parts, it's divided into four parts, it's six, it's eight. And you can see that all are shaded and the same portion. So the shaded portion of all the four circles represents same portion of whole. Such fractions are called equivalent fractions. I hope you all are clear about what are fractions and types of fractions. In the next lecture, we are going to continue and we are going to discuss more things related to fractions. Hopefully, you all are clear about this. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.